Hello, everybody. It's Coach Sara here with an awesome presentation about our upcoming adult camp in Dahlonega, Georgia, where we're headed to climb some hills on our bike for 5 days. And I'm kidding about the hills, they're mountains. We've got about 10 to 12 people heading to camp. There's still room for more. I wanted to go over the itinerary, let everybody know why this is a great training opportunity ahead of 70.3 World Championships in Nice, especially if you're a Floridian and you're getting a little nervous about that long climb and descent on the bike in Nice, France. Also, if you just want to get out of Florida, test your fitness on some big mountains up in Georgia, or just get out of the heat and come have fun in a new training location, meet some cool people. This camp is open to slappers as well as anybody in the area. We've got people coming down from Virginia, Georgia, as well as driving up from Florida. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the camp. Let me tell you what we're doing over the course of 5 days. And hopefully by the end of this, you will be registering to come join us for 5 days of amazing training in Georgia. So first, I'm going to share my little PowerPoint presentation here and roll into the Slappers Georgia Training Camp. Obviously, in the background, that is a picture of the beach in Nice where we're going to be racing at the World Championships. So, this camp is 5 days with epic climbs and great people. Join us in the Georgia mountains to prepare for the World Championships or push your limits with an incredible week of training. And just a reminder, we are a little less than a month away from August 12th to August 16th in Dahlonega, Georgia. Camp at a glance. I've designed the training itinerary, which features mountain climbs, open water swimming, a really awesome gravel off-road run that we can get a soft surface for a long run. And of course, it wouldn't be a slap camp without fun social activities for the group. Our team manager, Amanda McNatt, will be making the trip and will be supporting us on all the training sessions with a SAG vehicle. She'll be carrying jugs of ice water, bike pumps, nutrition, etc. So we're going to be super taken care of up there in the mountains. Coach Beth and her husband, Doug Baumgarten, are going to be coming for the first 2 to 3 days of camp. So if we have any bike mechanical issues at the beginning, Doug is amazing and he will be able to assist with anything there on those days. We're offering 2 to 3 Garmin bike routes for each day that we're riding. This is designed by me to take into account all different levels of ability. And then, of course, fatigue as the camp wears on and as the rides get a little bit shorter as we go through it. Accommodations are on your own. Dahlonega, Georgia is a very popular destination. There are Airbnbs, Verbos, there are hotels, there are bed and breakfasts. Hop online and Google. Grab a training partner, share an Airbnb or a hotel room. Super easy to do accommodations. The camp schedule is Wednesday. We start in the afternoon on August 12th and we finish after a Sunday morning bike ride on August 16th. So plan your travel accordingly. Camp fees is $400. Registration by the end of the month if possible. If you're still on the fence about some things, just reach out to us. No limits on that. No worries about that deadline. And again, I mentioned who can attend. Anybody, any levels of fitness. You want to get out of town. You want to do something different. You want to have a really fun weekend. Let's find out what we're doing on this weekend. Camp schedule. Here's an overview in my favorite Microsoft Excel, which is my go-to for all kinds of scheduling. This is a really good image to have that summarizes everything up. And then over here, I just want to remind everybody that everything is optional, okay? This is not kids camp that I hosted up there last week where I yelled at them to get on their bikes and get going and get in the water and start their runs. The camp offers a full schedule of training, but this is a do it on your own kind of thing. And definitely take this schedule to your personal triathlon coach and make sure that it aligns with your training plan. Sort of outline like how long should you be running on the long run on Saturday? Which of the bike sessions does your coach want you to do that fits in with your ability and your training schedule along the way? What I hope you don't miss is any of the fun stuff that we're going to do, our group lunches and group dinner and all that kind of stuff. So, but of course, all optional. I do have some mandatory packing lists because your safety is our primary concern. And I realize that a red blinking red light on the back of your bike is not going to stop a car from hitting you, but it's definitely just going to bring a little bit more attention to you out there on the roads. Same goes for a bright white light in the front of your bike. Why are the slappers decked out in neon high vis yellow? Because it's high vis, pretty simple. We want to be seen out there on the roads at all times. So just some swim gear to go over. We are going to be doing open water swimming. We will have a person on a paddleboard to provide support. But again, we want you to have a safer swimmer buoy attached to your waist with you for all the open water swim opportunities. We want a bright neon colored buoy out there so that the boaters can see us. Don't worry, it's not really popular for boating and everything. We're going to be on the edge of the lake, etc. But just to be able to hold on to in case you get a cramp after the morning bike rides or just need to take a break out there. We'd rather be safe than sorry. All campers are going to get a neon green slap swim cap, another opportunity to be visible out there. The water is warm. Unfortunately, this is not an opportunity to practice in your wetsuit. You can bring your swim skin. Nice World Championships is sort of wetsuit, no wetsuit. We're not entirely sure. It's sort of day of weather. So an opportunity to practice in your swim skin and of course pack your sunscreen. Cycling gear, lights on the bike, front and back are mandatory. Bright colored clothing and bike gear is recommended. Everybody needs to have a flat tire kit on their bike and hopefully the ability to change your tire if you do get a flat. Amanda will be out there in the SAG vehicle with a phone if you need to call, either get picked up or, she'll have a bike pump in the car to assist with reinflating your tires, etc. To do these rides, everybody needs to have a Garmin that works with Garmin routes because this is not a no-drop ride. These rides are going to take us anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. We're not staying together on this. You need to know how to load a route into your Garmin. You need to know how to follow a route on your Garmin, and that Garmin needs to be visible on your bike handlebars so that you're paying attention to where you go. Hydration and nutrition are always important. You need to have multiple water bottles for your bike. You need to have a method for carrying hydration and nutrition on the run as well. We recommend bringing a towel and change of clothes to all the runs because we're pretty much going to be either eating a picnic lunch afterwards, so maybe a little fold-out camping chair to hang out with the other campers. And then sometimes we're heading straight to lunch afterwards, so a change of clothes will be helpful there. Let's go through our 5 days of camp. Day 1, get there on Wednesday. Travel to Dahlonega. If you've never been to Dahlonega, it's a beautiful location. It's the location of the first major gold rush in the United States. And if you want to, in some of the spare time, you can go panning for gold. We did that with the kids a couple years ago. Super fun. I still have a little container with my little pieces of gold flakes that I found in my panning for gold. So get to Dahlonega. Take your time, check into your accommodations. If you booked up with a roommate, meet up with your roommate, etc. And then at 4 p.m., we're going to meet at Yahula Creek Park, which I have an overview picture down here in the lower right corner. Obviously a park with lots of fields and everything, but then roads and trails around those fields that we're just going to meet up, jog around, and shake out our legs after sitting in a car or flying in or however you got there. We will hand out some slap swag to everybody, including your swim cap. We'll have an introduction, get each other's names, tell each other about ourselves, why we're at camp, do that social jog, and then just head off on our own. It's the first day. Everyone's tired from traveling, needs to get settled. If you meet up with, friends or meet somebody, make a friend at camp, totally join them for dinner, but it's just an on your own kind of dinner. We want everybody to be super calm and chill before we roll into day two. On Thursday, super early morning, we're starting with a 6:45 meetup at the Public House Kitchen, which is a restaurant just north of Dahlonega. The address is in there. Park sort of to the back of the building. We don't want to take up all their front parking spots. I'll be parked there with the slap feather flag, so it'll be easy to see. But we're parking at the restaurant, and then we have an 11 o'clock lunch at the restaurant afterwards. So here's your options for the ride. For Floridians, these are some big numbers. We've got a 58-mile lollipop route with 5,200 feet of elevation gain. We've got a 50-mile route with a little less elevation, and that's just a simple out and back. The great thing about these out and back options that I've given is that on your way out, if you are getting cooked and you know that it's too hard for you, you make that decision to turn around right there and you head on back. So that's the benefit of an out and back loop. You can go as far as you want. The 50-mile ride, the turnaround is at the top of a big climb. So if you're getting up the climb and you're like, I can't make it, or I don't want to do any more of this, you just whip a 180 and you head back to the Public House Kitchen, get yourself cleaned up, and get ready for everybody to roll in and join for lunch. We have a 34-mile ride, which is just a little bit shorter out and back, 2,200 feet of elevation. And again, for our Florida athletes, sometimes that's enough on day one to make sure that you're not just absolutely destroying yourself before camp has even gotten underway. We're going to meet up at the Public House, enjoy lunch there. Great restaurant. Check them out online. Scan the menu. Figure out what you're going to order, because you can be thinking about that for the 3 to 4 hours while you're on the bike ride, what you're going to eat after to celebrate that you finished. We'll chat, how did the climbs go? How can you do them better? How did you feel on the descending parts as well? Nice World Championships is technical descent. We're going to need to be doing some switchbacks, etc. So these are opportunities to descend with comfort as well. We're going to rest midday, and then everybody's going to drive about 20 minutes south of Dahlonega. Lake Lanier is just south of Dahlonega. Huge lake. It's a dammed up river. It's got lots of fingers. We're going to meet at the Nix Bridge Park, which has bathroom facilities, plenty of parking, big green field with picnic tables that will meet up, have a discussion, prep the paddleboard for going out there, and then we'll do a nice open water swim in Lake Lanier. After that, you're on your own. You can do, dinner on your own, no time limits there. Get to bed early because, again, day 3 on Friday, we've got another early morning call. Why are we starting early? Just like here in Florida, we want to hit the roads before they get super busy. It's still summertime up there. It's a tourist destination. The tourists are getting out in their cars to drive the hilly routes and do the hikes and check out the overlooks. But if we can beat them out onto the road, then the days are going to just be a little bit quieter with cars on those early start times. Friday, it's a little bit more of a drive north of Dahlonega up to Suches. Don't blink through Suches. It is just a tiny little town, a school, a community center, one intersection, and that's it. We've gotten permission from the community center to park there. We're going to park out back by the trees. Again, look for the slap feather flag. And this time, don't forget your post-ride picnic lunch. We're going to roll out on bikes, and then as we roll back into the Suches Community Center, we're just going to pop out our little camp chair there in a circle and join everybody for a post-workout lunch. With a run off the bike, as you can see, we have 3 ride options again, 51, 27, and 19 miles. You can see the varying opportunities for elevation. The longest one is, of course, one big loop. The middle distance is an out and back, and then the 19-mile is an out and back one way and an out and back the other way. So again, you can choose how long you want to spend on the bike. Run off the bike would be a great opportunity. Test the legs here after some hills. How well did you fuel and hydrate on that bike ride? How's your position feeling? Is your back cramping up? Are you able to hop off the bike and go do a run? This is a short run off the bike. As I've written, there's really no running roads or anything around there. So either we're running on the side of the road that we just rode our bikes on, or across the street from the community center is a high school, and you can sort of make some small loops through their parking lot and facilities. But they are in school, which is why we're not parking there. So just be cautious there. Pop out your camp chair afterwards, collapse into your camp chair afterwards, and enjoy a picnic lunch. Make sure that you're getting your carbs and protein in immediately after training. Hopefully, you've put some cold spare drinks in there so that you can continue to resume your hydration afterwards. That should be done around midday. Again, we'll all go back and relax on our own. And then that evening, we have our one dinner reservation, and that's at Grapevine's Casual Italian Dining. Great restaurant in downtown Dahlonega, super easy to access no matter where you're staying in Dahlonega. We have one large table in there, so again, it'll be a great opportunity to socialize, chat with each other, discuss how training is going, ask questions of myself, Coach Beth, and Doug, see how your biking's going and all that, and chow down on some pasta before 2 more days of training. Saturday, we're going to take a break from the early alarms and from our bikes, and we're going to start with a long run. I've included a picture here of the kids' camp with them running on this gravel road, and you can see that it is a great, smooth gravel road. Footing is fine. I'm not taking you on a rooty, rocky trail. This is a road that Jeeps drive on, mountain bikers, gravel riders, etc. And we'll probably see some of them out there on Saturday. So a little bit of a sleep in. We have permission from the Nimblewell Church to park at their church parking area on the Saturday morning. Again, look for the slap feather flag. Don't forget a change of clothes for lunch, which we'll get into in a little bit. We're going to walk just a little bit down from the Nimblewell Church before we turn onto the gravel road. And this is pretty simple. Out and back on the gravel road. You go as far out or as long out as you want, and you turn around and you retrace your steps back to the car. Amanda will be roving with the SAG vehicle, ice water in the igloo, nutrition, and then just pick up. She's there to pick you up if you went out and you decided that you didn't want to come back, but please don't do that. Be smart with your running choices. I did request that everybody has a method of carrying hydration and nutrition for their run, whether that's a belt, a handheld, a vest, or a backpack, so that you can do this long run and stay fueled and hydrated along the way. We're going to all meet back up at the Nimblewell Church, recover, have our little protein snack or drink afterwards, change, and then drive just down the road a little bit way to winery and vineyard out in the mountains. And this is absolutely beautiful. The Monteluse Winery and Resort, which has a beautiful wood-fired pizza restaurant on it. We have, they open at 11. We'll be arriving at 11 and enjoying some food. They have a 90-minute wine hike, but unfortunately, the reservations end on August 12th, and this is August 15th. So we're going to find out from our campers how many people want to do the 90-minute wine hike, and then we're going to reach out to the Monteluse vineyards and ask if they will schedule one for us on that Saturday after we eat lunch. So it's $65 per person. I'll be reaching out individually to everybody once you've registered for camp. That's day 4 of camp, and I can assume that some of us are going to be pretty tired. The afternoon is optional. I am going to head back down to the Nix Bridge Park and offer another open water swim opportunity for everybody. If you don't want to swim or need to swim and you just want to hop on your bike around Dahlonega and spin your legs out, again, another opportunity. Maybe we meet up with other campers and have a plan for that. Or you just get off your legs and you enjoy a relaxing day, a relaxing afternoon before the final day of camp, which is Sunday. And here we go. If you're not tired yet, you will be now. We are climbing Hogpen, which is a 7-mile climb from the bottom to the top. All right. And this is just a steady grind. It is great practice for Nice. We're going to meet at the Smith Gall Woods State Park. It's $10 per vehicle. Carpool with some campers, save some money, put 3 or 4 bikes in the back of the car. Bathrooms are available. We're going to roll in at 7 a.m. That's when the park opens. Please don't try to get there earlier. You have a whopping, I'd say 300 meters from the exit of the park before you start climbing Hogpen. It's fine. We did it last weekend with the kids at camp. It's just a nice steady grind. We have 2 options for the rides. I'm sorry, ignore the out and back route on that. The 39-mile, 4,300 feet of elevation gain is one big loop. The 15-mile route is basically the 7-mile climb to the top of Hogpen and then a recovery at the top, take a break, take a picture of yourself, and then descending back down that. Really want to highlight this one. If you are not continuing around the 39-mile loop, do not descend the other side of Hogpen. I have attempted to climb it and it is nearly impossible. So if you're thinking 15 miles is not enough for me on that day, my recommendation is that you do get to the top, turn around, descend Hogpen, and then maybe climb some of it again, or you can use the road in front of the park to add some extra miles in there. But don't descend unless you're going to do the whole loop. Afterwards, we're going to meet back up at the Smith Gall Woods State Park, and then we're going to roll in our cars north about 15 minutes into downtown Helen. We'll have reservations at a restaurant in Helen to grab some lunch there. Again, if you haven't been to Helen, this is a don't miss experience. It's a German, Bavarian-inspired alpine town. They've got alpine slides. You can do tubing. You can see the picture of us tubing at camp a couple years ago. Sit in a tube, float for 3 hours, and relax in the cool water. Or you can just head back to your accommodations, pack up, and head home from there. That's sort of the end of camp. We'll wrap up at lunch, exchange contact information with new people, and then head home from there with all of the energy that you have left. So that's it for camp. Really nice outline. We've got a great group coming, both people that are preparing for Nice World Championships and people that are not preparing for World Championships, but just want a really awesome opportunity to train. We have people of all ages. We have people of all abilities. That is why I have designed multiple routes. Those are for specific people that are coming to camp. So do not feel like, oh, I'm going to be the only one doing the shorter routes. Absolutely not. This is for everybody. We want to see you there. We want to have fun. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email me, you can call me, you can message us on the website, or you can just click over to the camp website and get yourself registered for camp so that we'll see you in Georgia. All right? Take care, everybody. See you soon.